inside the world's most secure vaults. The illusion of impenetrability. For most people, the image of a secure vault is as straightforward as it gets. A massive steel door, polished to a shine, with a heavy combination lock at its center. Hollywood has etched this image into our collective imagination. The slow turning of the wheel, the click of tumblers falling into place, and the creak of a door swinging open to reveal mountains of gold and stacks of cash. It's an image so iconic that it feels like the truth. But the reality is far more complex, far more ingenious, and far more impenetrable. Vaults, in their earliest form, were little more than reinforced boxes. Ancient temples stored treasures in stone chambers, guarded by thick walls and trusted keepers. In medieval Europe, castles had secure rooms deep within their keeps, fortified with heavy doors and iron bars. By the 19th century, as banking expanded, vaults evolved into massive iron and steel chambers with locks designed to foil even the most determined burglar. These were feats of craftsmanship and mechanical precision, yet still vulnerable to determined intruders with enough time, tools, and skill. The early 20th century saw a leap forward. Banks began installing vaults with time locks, mechanisms that could not be opened, even with the correct combination, until a set time had passed. The idea was to remove the human factor from the equation, eliminating the possibility of coercion. It was during this era that vaults began to take on an air of absolute security, reinforced by their sheer size, the thickness of their doors, and the cold precision of their locking systems. But here's the truth. In the world of high-value security, a thick steel door is only the beginning. Modern vaults are not designed to simply resist brute force. They are designed to anticipate it, detect it, and stop it before it even begins. This is where the illusion of impenetrability becomes reality. Today's ultra-secure vaults employ a layered defense strategy, combining physical, digital, and human elements in a seamless, almost invisible web of protection. Some of these measures are hidden in plain sight: a false corridor, a dead-end passage, or an empty storage room designed to delay and disorient. Others are buried deep in the infrastructure: motion detectors embedded in concrete, seismic sensors calibrated to detect the vibration of a single footstep, or pressure-sensitive floors that register even the lightest weight change. The goal is not just to keep people out, but to make the very idea of trying seem impossible. Modern vaults aren't just physical spaces. They're psychological fortresses, designed to convince any would-be intruder that the risk is far greater than the potential reward. And as we peel back the layers of their defenses, you'll see just how far technology and human ingenuity has come in turning the concept of unbreakable into something very close to reality. Beyond the steel door. If the massive steel door is the icon of vault security, it is also the great distraction. Modern high-security facilities understand that the door is only the first layer, and often not even the most formidable one. The real defenses begin once you've stepped past that imposing threshold, assuming you ever get that far. One of the first surprises inside many ultra-secure vaults is the man trap, or security airlock. This is not science fiction. It's a physical space, often no larger than a small room designed to trap intruders in a secure, enclosed area. The doors are electronically interlocked. The inner door will not open until the outer one is sealed, and vice versa. Weight sensors, infrared body scans, and metal detectors can all be integrated into the system, ensuring that no unauthorized person or unauthorized object makes it through undetected. If something suspicious is detected, the chamber can lock down entirely, holding the intruder until security arrives. Past this point, the environment becomes almost hostile to intrusion. Seismic sensors embedded in the walls and floors can detect drilling or tunneling attempts, even from several meters away. These sensors are so sensitive, they can differentiate between a human footstep, a construction vibration, and natural tremors. Pressure plates hidden beneath flooring respond to minute weight changes, triggering alarms if an unexpected presence is detected. The next barrier is identity verification, and here technology has evolved dramatically. Early biometric systems relied on fingerprints, but these could be copied or forged with increasing sophistication. To counter this, vaults moved toward vein pattern recognition, which scans the unique network of veins in a person's hand, a pattern nearly impossible to replicate. High-security facilities now often combine multiple biometric layers: fingerprints, vein mapping, facial recognition, and even iris scans. In some cases, voice-print authentication adds yet another factor, requiring the individual to speak a specific phrase before access is granted. These biometric systems aren't isolated. They're tied into a central control network that cross-references each verification against security logs and access permissions in real time. If something is off, a facial scan matches but the vein map doesn't, or a person tries to enter at an unusual hour, the system can automatically escalate security measures, including locking down that section of the facility. And all of this is before reaching the actual vault chamber. Inside, storage areas may be further subdivided with individually secured compartments, each with its own access protocol. For the most sensitive holdings, physical keys, digital passcodes, and biometric checks might all be required in sequence, a three-factor authentication approach, but in the physical world. In these spaces, the steel door is no longer the heart of the defense. It's just the curtain concealing an intricate ballet of sensors, scanners, and traps. Each step an intruder takes is measured, verified, and analyzed. Every second they remain inside is a second the system can use to detect, delay, and ultimately neutralize the threat. Modern vault designers understand that security is not just about keeping people out. It's about making sure that every legitimate entry is verifiable, traceable, and, if necessary, reversible. In other words, the steel door may keep the world at bay, but it's what lies beyond that truly makes a vault unbreachable. Layers of defense, the digital frontier. For centuries, vault security was a purely physical challenge: walls, locks, guards, and gates. But in the 21st century, the real battles for access often begin in the digital realm. The most sophisticated vaults today are not just fortresses of concrete and steel. They are also data fortresses, protected by layers of cybersecurity that rival those of top intelligence agencies. Modern vault access systems are controlled by complex networks linking biometric scanners, environmental sensors, and electronic locks to centralized control hubs. These hubs are heavily fortified, not just physically, but digitally. Breaking into a vault without touching a single wall is now theoretically possible if a hacker can infiltrate its control systems. That's why cybersecurity for vaults is as crucial as the thickness of their doors. The first line of defense in this domain is multi-layered encryption. Every piece of data, from biometric templates to access logs, is encrypted using advanced cryptographic standards, making it unreadable to anyone without the proper keys. Some facilities have begun integrating quantum cryptography, a cutting-edge method that uses the principles of quantum physics to secure data transmission. With quantum key distribution, any attempt to intercept or alter the key immediately changes its state, alerting the system to a breach. On top of encryption, many vaults now use blockchain technology for access logging. This distributed ledger approach makes it virtually impossible to tamper with access records without detection. Every entry attempt, successful or not, is permanently recorded in a transparent, immutable log, providing a forensic trail that cannot be erased or altered. Artificial intelligence adds another layer. AI-driven systems monitor all activity within the vault's network, analyzing patterns in real time. If an employee logs in from an unusual location, if multiple failed biometric attempts occur, or if environmental sensors detect anomalies, the AI can flag the event, lock access points, and alert human security within seconds. This predictive capability means potential breaches can be neutralized before they physically begin, but this integration of physical and digital systems comes with its own risks. Cybercriminals have attempted hybrid attacks, first breaching digital controls to disable alarms or surveillance, then moving on site for the physical intrusion. To counter this, high-security vaults employ air-gapped networks, systems completely isolated from the public internet, ensuring that even a compromised external network cannot directly access core controls. Digital defense also extends to disaster prevention. Redundant control servers, secure data backups, and fail-safe protocols ensure that a vault can continue operating even during a cyber attack. In some designs, if digital access fails entirely, the system reverts to manual lock mechanisms, effectively forcing an intruder to confront the full physical defenses. What's emerging now is a model where physical and digital security are inseparable. Breaking into a vault is no longer just about bypassing locks. It's about defeating encryption algorithms, dodging AI surveillance, and tricking systems that are constantly learning from every attempt. In the past, you needed dynamite to open a vault. Today, you might try to do it with malware, but you'd still face a fortress that exists both in the real world and in the digital one, each reinforcing the other. The vault of the future is not just a place where treasures are stored, it's a place where information itself becomes a layer of armor. Case studies in extreme security. Ultra-secure vaults are more than just feats of engineering. They are symbols of absolute trust, where the stakes are so high that failure is unthinkable. Around the world, a handful of these fortresses have achieved near-mythical status, combining physical defenses, digital safeguards, and psychological deterrence into security systems that border on the legendary. Perhaps the most famous of them all is Fort Knox, officially known as the United States Bullion Depository. Housing a significant portion of America's gold reserves, Fort Knox has been the subject of countless rumors, conspiracy theories, and Hollywood depictions. While many of its true defenses remain classified, we know that it features a solid granite foundation, walls reinforced with steel, and a vault door weighing over 20 tons. The combination to the vault is not known by a single person. Multiple staff members each hold a fragment of the code, requiring their simultaneous presence to open it. The surrounding military installation adds yet another layer, complete with armed guards, electronic surveillance, and, according to some sources, even minefields. While Fort Knox guards wealth, the Svalbard Global Seed Vault in Norway guards something arguably more precious: the future of agriculture. Located deep inside a mountain on the Arctic archipelago of Svalbard, this facility stores over 1 million seed samples from around the world, acting as a backup for global biodiversity. Its security is a blend of natural and human-made defenses. Permafrost ensures natural refrigeration, while the remote location makes unauthorized access nearly impossible. Even if human civilization were to collapse, the vault is designed to preserve its contents for centuries. In a different category, are Switzerland's underground private vaults, catering to clients who prize discretion as much as security. These facilities, often carved into alpine bedrock, offer secure storage for everything from fine art and rare wines to cryptocurrency hardware. They feature biometric authentication, climate control, private access suites, and in some cases, secret entrances that are not revealed even to the client's personal staff. Their business model blends physical protection with total anonymity, so much so that even the exact locations of some of these vaults are kept secret. What unites these examples is not just their formidable defenses, but their layered approach. Fort Knox relies heavily on deterrence and military strength. The Svalbard Vault leverages geography and environmental stability. Swiss vaults combine cutting-edge tech with an ironclad commitment to privacy. In each case, the design philosophy is tailored to the nature of what's inside. Gold requires constant physical protection and the ability to withstand force. Seeds require stable conditions and protection against environmental disasters. Private wealth demands invisibility as much as invulnerability. These case studies also illustrate a crucial truth. Security is never about a single barrier, but about creating a system so complex, redundant, and adaptive that any intrusion attempt becomes an exercise in futility. For an attacker, each obstacle is a drain on time, resources, and stealth. For the vault's designers, every additional layer is another opportunity to detect and neutralize a threat before it reaches the prize. In the end, the genius of these vaults lies not only in their engineering, but in the fact that their greatest defense may be the sheer impossibility of imagining a way in. And yet even these fortresses acknowledge one immutable reality. Technology evolves, threats adapt, and the quest for impenetrability never truly ends. The human element and future vaults. For all the steel, concrete, sensors, and algorithms that make up the most secure vaults in the world, one truth remains unchanged. No security system is stronger than the people who operate it. Technology can guard the doors, monitor the corridors, and analyze every signal. But human judgment is still the ultimate line of defense, and in some cases, the ultimate vulnerability. Even in facilities equipped with the latest biometric systems and AI-powered surveillance-trained security personnel play an irreplaceable role. They manage access procedures, verify identities, respond to alarms, and coordinate emergency responses. Many undergo years of specialized training, not just in weapons and tactics, but in psychology, situational awareness, and deception detection. The best guards can spot subtle behavioral cues that no camera or sensor could interpret, catching trouble before it even begins. Vault security also incorporates an element of psychological warfare. The goal is not simply to repel intruders, but to make any attempt seem hopeless from the outset. This might mean highly visible defenses, guards in full tactical gear, imposing gates, or massive blast doors that project an image of invulnerability. In other cases, it's the opposite, an understated facade that hides the true depth of the fortress, leaving would-be intruders uncertain about what they're up against. Uncertainty itself becomes a weapon. Looking to the future, vault design is poised to embrace technologies that once seemed purely science fiction. Self-healing materials, alloys and composites that can automatically repair small breaches or damage could ensure structural integrity even under sustained attack. Energy shield prototypes, currently in early military research, could one day protect vault entrances by generating barriers that disrupt cutting tools, welding torches, or even explosives. AI will likely move beyond detection and into autonomous defense systems, security platforms that can instantly seal compartments, deploy countermeasures, or even reconfigure access pathways in real time based on the nature of a threat. Quantum encryption could become standard for securing both digital and physical access points, making data interception virtually impossible. Another frontier is adaptive environmental control. Vaults capable of altering their internal conditions to neutralize intruders. This might include rapidly dropping temperatures to freeze moisture in electronic tools, flooding areas with inert gas to disable combustion, or locking down sections with negative air pressure to prevent chemical or biological contamination. Yet for all this innovation, the core principles won't change. The most secure vaults will continue to rely on layered defense, redundancy, and the human factor. The perfect vault is not the one with the most impressive door, but the one where every possible avenue of attack, physical, digital, and psychological, has been anticipated, tested, and reinforced. In the end, the quest for an unbreachable vault is a race without a finish line. As long as there is something of value to protect, there will be those trying to take it, and those designing ever more ingenious ways to stop them. Future vaults will be marvels of technology and design, but their greatest strength will remain the same as it always has. The people who stand watch, ensuring that what lies within stays there, untouched by the world outside. From gold reserves buried under granite to seed banks hidden in the Arctic permafrost, the world's most secure vaults are more than just locked rooms. They are feats of engineering, psychology, and human vigilance. Each layer of defense, from biometric scans to quantum encryption, exists for one reason: to ensure that what's inside stays inside. We've explored the technology, the strategies, and the people that make these fortresses truly unbreachable. If this journey into the world's ultimate strongholds has fascinated you, make sure to like, share, and subscribe for more deep dives into the hidden, the fortified, and the extraordinary. And remember, the strongest doors protect more than treasures. They protect trust itself.